Good morning, my beautiful people. Good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Fitness and Self-Improvement. If you're joining my or watching my video for the first time today, I want to thank you very much for checking out my page. Please subscribe, hit that notification button so as soon as I post new videos, you won't miss out on some great content. I am also on Instagram at Chief Fitness and Self-Improvement. I got training programs, I got nutrition programs, and self-consultations. If you're looking to start, maintain, or improve your self-improvement journey, get at me. You'll not be disappointed. This is our year of recovery. We're going to recover what we lost in 2020. So get on that self-improvement journey today. You will not be disappointed. Trust me on that. So I want to talk about a good topic that people have been asking me about is, you cannot change people. And, the questions I've been getting are, well, I've been with someone for 5 years. I love him. I love her. I'm trying to change them. I see potential in them. I see promise, and and the same answer I give them is you can't change people. People will change if they desire or want to change. So when I started my YouTube channel months ago, my goal was to try and impact as many people as possible. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, and it has not been easy. It's been a lot of work because I realized that a lot of people, and I used to be one of such people, a lot of people are stuck in their ways, how they do things, how they act, how they behave. This has been passed on by generations, maybe generational curses or family members or just the environment, how they grew up, things like that. Factors that maybe were not sort of in their control, somewhere in their control, somewhere out of their control. But once I have realized that people have to make that determination for themselves within to change, right? I talk about being on your self-improvement journey. I had to go through tough times for me to realize years ago that I had to start my self-improvement journey. One of those things which I've talked about is being self-sufficient. Right now, if I ended up not getting married tomorrow, I'm self-sufficient. I don't need a woman to make me happy. I don't need even a family member to make me happy or a best friend to make me happy. I can take care of myself on my own. I'm taking care of my 2 kids or helping to take care of my 2 kids. Nobody's helping me. I'm doing it all on my own. 2, 3 streams of income on my own. So I'm self-sufficient. I talked about not relying on other people to make you happy. And it's in one of the videos I've done before about how I started my self-improvement journey, where I was always relying on people to give me car rides when I didn't drive years ago. I also used to ask people for 20 bucks here and there. A grown man with 2 kids. And I talk about how I looked at myself in the mirror one day and said, enough is enough. I never want to borrow or beg people for money anymore or beg them for any favors. I'll do it all by myself. I'm very independent now, very self-sufficient because I made that decision. Nobody talked to me. I had people talk to me before about I could do better because they believed in me. They saw potential in me. One of my very good friends, who is a brother like me, Elliot, he used to tell me I can do better. And I never really listened to him until years ago when he and I parted ways. I talked about this also in one of my previous videos about how I parted ways from him. I left the city we used to live in together and we only reconnected last year. And he's like, I'm happy you've made changes. And I look back and I said, it's because of you. But he didn't force me. He used to talk to me, but I had to make that decision on my own. So you can't change people. So I tell my friends or people that have gotten back to or messaged me about, oh, my partner, this, that. You can't change them. They have to be willing to make those changes. If they're not willing to make those changes, you're wasting your time. The question is, do you hang around? Do you hang around and say, okay, I'm going to try and I'll keep trying. I love them. I see a lot in them. I see potential. I don't like that word potential. I'm sure some of you guys don't like that word potential either. But how long can you hang around? How long? You can't stay in a situation that you're not happy or you're miserable and you're doing most of the work, especially when the person is not open to change. Both people, for a relationship to work, have to be very open to change, have to be open to growing. That's part of your self-improvement, evolving. Self-improvement is uncomfortable. It's not easy. Making changes is not easy. Any change in life. When I left London, Ontario, it was very uncomfortable for me because I lived in London for 10 years. I knew a lot of people in London. I was rooted firmly in London. But I had to leave London. It was very uncomfortable going to a different province to start all over again. But I did what I had to do because I knew I had to get away from London. I wasn't happy in London. If you're not happy in a situation, so it doesn't have to be in a relationship. If you're not happy in any situation, it could be a job. It could be how you look. A lot of people come to me and say, I don't like how I look. I don't like how I feel. Then make those changes. But you have to make those changes yourself. I can talk from now to tomorrow. But if you're not willing to make those changes or put in the work, then all talk is nothing. Talk is nothing without action to back up the talk. But one thing you guys have to know that are watching this, that have messaged me on or DM me about this, you cannot change people. You can't change how people feel about you. You can't change how people think about you. There are people out there that don't like me because I'm black. Not because I'm a bad person. I'm not a bad person. I'm a damn good person. But because I'm of a different color, I can't change how they feel about me. That is their problem. They have to deal with that themselves. It's not my job to make them like me or make them change their perception of me simply because I look different than them. There are people that are jealous of me because of how I look. I can't change how they feel about me or how they perceive me. They can look like me, they put in the work. It's totally up to them. Right? I can talk from now to tomorrow, or eat well, exercise, get enough rest, take your vitamins, read books, work on yourself, create multiple streams of income. I can talk from that about all those things from now to tomorrow. But unless they make that decision, if they wake up and say enough is enough, it does not matter what I say, it will not happen. They will not make those changes that they need to make to start their self-improvement journey. It's that simple. When I left my relationship over 4 years ago, my best friend Elliot used to also mention, oh, you can do better than her. You bring more to the table than she does. And I didn't listen to him. I was, I'm in love with her. And then a few years after, it took a situation that happened for me to say, I should have left long time ago. But I'm glad I left when I left in 2016. I left that relationship for good. And I did not look back. But nobody spoke it to me right up to that day. I just happened to come home one day and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It was just something that happened in my spirit and I knew. And I think that same day I moved. I had to go rent a place quick. To rent a room from someone that quick. It was last minute. Because I didn't see I couldn't see myself living an extra day in that same house or in the same apartment with my ex-girlfriend. So I packed all my stuff while she was away and I left. Came back and dropped off her keys. Right? But I made a decision myself. I was like, enough is enough. I cannot do this anymore. Right? So I made a decision to change. So for those of you who have been asking me questions about this, that's the answer. You cannot change people. You can't change people or make them like you or make them do things they don't want to do. Nobody can make me do what I want to do at my age. I'm almost 40 years old. I'm a grown man with responsibilities. My parents tried to force me years ago to marry the mother of my kids, and I refused. I'm a grown man, and how old was I? I was 27 going on. I was 28. So at 28, I already was firm in my decision that I wasn't going to marry the mother of my kids. This was 10 plus years ago. How much more now at my age? No one can make me do what I don't want to do or change if I don't want to change. That is up to me. People can talk from now to tomorrow. So that's my advice to you guys. People will change when they want to change. You cannot make people change. You can't force them to change for the better. That is why it's called self-improvement. It's your journey. It's your path. I can take you to the river. I can't force you to drink water from the river. That's what my parents used to say growing up. Right? I can teach you how to fish. But you have to go and put in the work eventually to catch more fish and feed your family or make money. whatever it is. It's the same thing with fitness programs. When I try and teach people about being in shape, eating well, I can drop a program for you, but you have to do the work. That is change. You're making a change in your life. But if you're not ready to make that change, I can drop that program, which has happened many times. I drop a program for people or programs and they don't follow it to the letter, or they don't even implement it because they're not ready to make that change. I can't shout in your ear and force it on you. You have to be ready to make that change. You can't change people. That's the essence of this. All right, so I hope that answers your question. I know it's tough when you're in love with someone or you've been with someone for a while. It's tough, I get it. But know this. Are you moving forward or you're still moving backwards? That's a question you have to ask yourself. If you're not moving forward in a positive and happy manner, it may be time to cut off ties, people. As difficult as it is. And I know I've talked about walking away. It's not easy to walk away. I totally get it. But you have to accept people for who they are. Either you do or you don't. If people don't like me for who I am now, that's your problem. I'm not going to change for nobody. And you shouldn't change for anybody. You have to accept them for who they are. I have to accept people for who they are. They have to accept me for who they are. That is one thing I have learned from doing this, from coaching people. And I don't want to call myself a life coach. I use my life experiences to help people not make the mistakes or make the decisions I made. But I've realized that people have to make that change themselves when they're ready. It's that simple. All right. So hopefully that answers your questions, guys. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you guys. Stay happy, stay positive, stay peaceful, stay emotionally centered, stay fulfilled. And remember, people will change when they want to change. You cannot change people. Either accept them for who they are or cut them off. It's that simple. That's it. All right. I love you guys. I'm out.